So the BRICS countries represent a sizable market. They've got about 42% of the world's population and 32% of global GDP. So there's a lot at stake and a lot to play for member countries. So how much does it actually offer in terms of sustainable and equitable trade volumes between member nations, and how inclusive is it? What about intentions for transition into greener technologies and environmental considerations? Simon Vilakazi is a Civil BRICS coordinator and joins us tonight. Simon, welcome to you, and thanks for being with us. As you watch this space, what does it mean for an organization like yours? And it's your opportunity to tell us a bit more about the work that you do.
Thank you. We are representing the Civil BRICS Forum South Africa, which is a combination of civil society organizations and also civil society organizations from other countries of Africa and also from BRICS countries as well. So we are working on issues that relate to how the BRICS is affecting, or the activities of the BRICS are going to affect the people of Africa and also the ordinary people of other BRICS countries. We had a Civil BRICS Summit South Africa 2023 from the 1st to the 3rd of August, whereby we met as members of civil society. We discussed about our policy recommendations that we submitted to DECO with a request for them to include them in the discussion documents of the BRICS Heads of State Summit.
All right, so Simon, tell us what some of your concerns are. We've been talking a lot about the interest expressed by other countries to join BRICS, the economic opportunities that are represented by, creating an alternative to the traditional Western trading powerhouses. We talked about transition through the green economy. But as you watch these big debate lines, what concerns you the most? What are your interests here?
First and foremost, our big concern is that we would also like to be included in the formal processes of the BRICS. We would like to be invited to participate in the Heads of State Summit that is going to be held this week. And secondly, we also understand that BRICS, all the BRICS countries combined, are a major trading bloc. So in Africa, we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which is an arrangement that is aimed at developing the continent of Africa through trade. So we discuss about how can BRICS trade within the sphere of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, because that is also important to say that as much as South Africa can benefit from trade with other BRICS countries, we are also of the view that other African countries as well, they can be in a position to benefit if they trade with other BRICS countries, because we are already, as South Africa, trading with other African countries in terms of all other arrangements. So since we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we would like to see how BRICS can also fit into this. But also we discuss about issues of just economic or of just economies in terms of what is happening in the countries where BRICS are having activities. Take, for instance, the activities that are funded by the BRICS New Development Bank. We also discuss about how these activities can be done in a way that is not going to harm the environment and also affect the communities in a negative way, especially in Africa.
Yeah.
So all these issues, we discuss them because we would like the BRICS as a collective just to know that we have natural resources that we would like Africa to benefit from, instead of them being shipped in a raw form to the BRICS countries.
A lot you're outlining there, Simon, and very important points. I guess the closing question is, how seriously are your representations being taken? And, you know, is there a world even, you know, at a summit in a year's time where you do have a seat at the table?
We are currently negotiating for this track 3 arrangement, which is a formal recognition and a representation of civil society in the BRICS. So we are urging the BRICS countries to also know that as civil society, we are representing the ordinary people who are affected by all the other issues that are discussed in the BRICS. It may be issues of climate, just energy transition, and all these other issues, even trade. So we would like the BRICS member countries to endorse or to approve the track 3 so that we can be in the formal spaces of the BRICS.